Karnataka war gets bigger. Ex-CM snaps ties with BJP. Jagadish Shettar now in Congress. Will Shettar dent BJP vote? Ticket Nataka escalates in Karnataka. Top focus on 5 p.m. live.
Only 3 weeks to go for the big election, and the highest level defection was formalized today. From the ruling party to the aggressive opposition, a man who served as former Chief Minister of Karnataka for the BJP, Jagadish Shettar, has quit in disgust from the BJP because they didn't give him a ticket, and he's signed up the very next day with the enemy camp, as it were, of the BJP, the Congress. We're going to debate who is affected most by this top-level dumping right before the biggest election of 2023. I'm Shiv. This is 5 Live. The headlines first. Amidst a glare over Yogi's cops and the Atiq Ahmed shooting, special investigation team formed to formally probe the murders. Cops to probe property dispute angle and where the ammunition was procured from. The 3 shooters have been moved out of Naini jail for security reasons. The police arrest an army jawan who allegedly shot 4 of his colleagues at the Batinda military station last week. Chilling personal enmity angle emerges. Golden Temple Tiranga shocker. Woman denied entry for wearing a Tiranga tattoo on her face. Woman was told this is Punjab, not India. Are Khalistani elements getting a free hand at this holiest of holy Sikh shrines? 12 dead and over 120 fall ill after attending an award ceremony in Navi Mumbai. Chief Minister Shinde, Uddhav and Ajit Pawar visit patients in hospital. Days before Supreme Court hearing on same-sex marriage, Centre submits fresh application in court, calls it an urban elitist concept far removed from the social ethos of the country.
Co-presented by Star Health Insurance, the health insurance specialist. Co-powered by Jaguar. Discover the magic of smart lights.
And the very latest from the drama in Karnataka on what has proven to be a very, very big day. KS Ishwarappa, former minister and someone who's also been denied a ticket in the party, has just written off a letter to his former colleague Jagadish Shettar, former BJP MLA, who has now joined the Congress party in a very dramatic move. Jagadish Shettar, remember, left in a huff from the BJP because they had denied him a ticket in the upcoming election, and he has signed up with the enemy camp of the BJP, the Congress party. And now KS Ishwarappa, who was similarly denied a ticket but did not take it in such a bad manner, has written a letter to his former colleague saying, I am remembering your late father Shivappa Shettar. He was a councillor, mayor, MLA and a BJP Karyakarta. You have moved to Congress, but for 40 years you believed in ideology. You became a chief minister with the BJP. I understand your pain, but it's unfortunate you joined the Indian National Congress. If you become a Congress MLA, how will you justify cow slaughter? A very emotive appeal shot off by KS Ishwarappa to Jagadish Shettar. Here's what Ishwarappa told us just a short while ago after writing this letter.
मेरा इच्छा क्या है कि जगदीश शेट्टर, उनके बाप शिवप्पा शेट्टर, वो सभी जनसंघ के समय से ही काम तो कर रहा है. ये हिंदुत्व के बारे में, सिद्धांत के बारे में काम कर रहा है. अभी जगदीश शेट्टर अभी कांग्रेस गया है, अगर वो कांग्रेस जीता तो, कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट आया तो, ये सभी क्वेश्चन मार्क है। कांग्रेस वाले डीके शिवकुमार और सिद्धरामैया बोला है अब कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट आया तो अगेन ये काउंसलर का क्या बीजेपी का गवर्नमेंट लाया है उसको हम वापस लेंगे, क्या वो गांव को खत्म करने के लिए जगदीश शेट्टर वोट देंगे क्या उस समय में, ये मेरा क्वेश्चन है।
Want to get a quick word in from India today is Anaga Keshav joining us live from Bengaluru. Anaga, an emotional letter written by, one of the sideline leaders to the other sideline leader. But, one of them has taken it rather well, in the hope that his son will be accommodated. The other has said, forget it. I don't want to have anything to do with you guys. And he's crossed over to the BJP's rival camp, the Congress party. Are you hearing anything about, whether this will have any effect at all?
Shiv, as you said, K.S. Ishwarappa might have written this letter to Jagadish Shettar in the hopes that someday in the future his son Kantesh will also be given a ticket from the BJP, because Ishwarappa has long been vying for a ticket for his son Kantesh, if not him. Now K.S. Ishwarappa, who also shares the same pain and predicament as Jagadish Shettar, he was also equally denied a ticket. Subsequently, he wrote a letter saying that he will be withdrawing from electoral politics. So he has written a heart-to-heart letter to Jagadish Shettar saying that, Jagadish Shettar, you are a dyed-in-the-wool sort of a BJP man. You belong to the Jan Sangh Parivar. How could you do this to BJP that gave you everything that you have today? You were once a chief minister, you were a speaker, you were a leader of opposition. So how could you, do something of this level to a party that is, that has literally built your political career for you? Indeed, a very heart-to-heart letter by K.S. Ishwarappa, who also shares the same level of pain and predicament as Jagadish Shettar. He has written this letter questioning his decision. Now, if he will also go ahead and support Congress's ideology, which is completely opposite to the Jan Sangh Parivar's ideology, to which Jagadish Shettar belonged to. Now, to answer your question on what level this will hold an impact on Jagadish Shettar, only time will tell, because, at this point, this really just looks like an emotional letter. But on a political level, what we're hearing from the analysts is that, this could turn out to be BJP's biggest mistake, denying a ticket to Jagadish Shettar, because such a tall leader who has been in the political play for 40 years, who has accomplished so much in the North Karnataka region, who, he has continuously been winning for the past 6 elections. Such a tall, influential leader being denied a ticket, he literally asked only for the bare minimum, not a ministership, not chief ministership. All that he asked was for a ticket to contest from the Hubli-Dharwad Central Constituency. Only time will tell how this is going to, scratch BJP's back.
Okay, we'll have to see what kind of damage or lack thereof that takes place. It's very difficult in a place like Karnataka with all the different equations that are at play. Anaga, thank you very much for that. But Jagadish Shettar is by no means a small leader. He is a person who has actually served as a BJP chief minister in Karnataka, and today he went from wearing the BJP's famous saffron shawl, which he has worn for 40 years now, to wearing the Congress's famous shawl, which contains the Tiranga and the hand symbol. Two images of a leader who has been a 7-time MLA, who is looking for another term as MLA, who has served in multiple portfolios as minister. He's been leader of the opposition and served for almost a year as chief minister in 2013. He has dumped the BJP today and joined the Congress party. This is the big defection of Jagadish Shettar.
With just weeks left for the Karnataka Assembly polls, the BJP suffers a big blow. Former Karnataka Chief Minister Jagadish Shettar joined the Congress on Monday after being denied a BJP ticket. Shettar was inducted into the Congress by party president Mallikarjun Kharge in Bengaluru.
ಯಾವಾಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಘಾತ ಆಯಿತು, ವೇದನೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಒಂದು ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಯಕನಿಗೆ ಏನೊಂದು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅದು ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ನೋವು ಇದೆ.
State Congress Chief DK Shivakumar handed over the party ticket to Shettar to contest from Hubli-Dharwar Central constituency.
ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಕ್ಷದವರನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನೀತಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಯಾವ ನಾಯಕರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಬಾರದು, ಯಾವ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಬಾರದು. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಕ್ಷದವರು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ವಂಚಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ದುರುದ್ದೇಶ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
By Jagadish Shettar coming to our party, he is a former chief minister belonging to our Lingayat community, and he has got an excellent image. He doesn't have not got involved into any scandal. He is a very simple person. We are giving him a ticket.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी बदनीयत के साथ लिंगायत समाज के साथ अन्याय कर रही है, लिंगायत समाज की लीडरशिप को अपमानित कर रही है, उनसे धोखाधड़ी कर रही है. यही धोखाधड़ी बोम्मई सरकार ने SC ST OBC के हमारी भाई बहनों से की, यही धोखाधड़ी वोकालिका समाज से की. अब सब इकट्ठे हैं और बदलाव का समय है.
For the BJP, Shettar's exit is a rude shock, as it comes just days after another Lingayat leader, Lakshman Savdi, quit the party to join the Congress.
I really wonder why Congress is so thinking about Lingayats. They have neglected Lingayats for last 50 years. They have ill-treated Virendra Patil, ill-treated Rajshekhar Murthy, and they also ill-treated Bangarappa and Devarajas. It's all known. Use and throw politics.
No sympathy is necessary for Lingayats from the Congress party. In 5 years back, these Congress people are going to divide the Hindu and Lingayat. People of Karnataka, particularly Lingayats, they have not forgotten till now.
Even though Shettar has won from the Hubli-Dharwar seat 6 times since 1994, it won't be an easy task to win in the BJP bastion on a Congress ticket. The critical question is, how many Lingayat votes can he take with him?
Political voices on the ground tell us that Shettar joining the Congress party will turn out to be a huge boost for the Grand Old Party and in turn cause a big dent to BJP. But only time will tell what kind of impact Jagadish Shettar can cause to the Bharatiya Janata Party. With video journalist Danny, Anagha Keshav for India Today, Bengaluru.
Well, soon after Jagadish Shettar rebelled, sulked and announced his decision to leave the BJP and join the Congress, his old party fielded who else but Lingayat strongman Yediyurappa to launch a frontal attack on Shettar. Remember, it was Yediyurappa who had in the meanwhile said he was 100% sure that the BJP would manage to retain Shettar and even give him an assembly ticket. Well, after Lakshman Savdi, now Shettar has joined hands with the Congress party. Watch this report to see whether or not this will have an impact on the BJP and the Congress. Jagadish Shettar is a former chief minister and a 6-time MLA, but the senior leader's exit from the BJP is significant for another reason. Shettar belongs to the Lingayat community, the mainstay of the BJP's Karnataka vote bank.
ಯಾವ ಪಕ್ಷ ನಾವು ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಿದ್ವಿ ಆ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಒತ್ತಾಯದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಬೇರೆ ದಾರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನ ತತ್ವ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತವನ್ನು ನಂಬಿಕೊಂಡು ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿನ ನಾನು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೃಪ್ತ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಶಕ್ತಿ ತುಂಬಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ ತುಂಬುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ.
Shettar's rebellion came even as the BJP was yet to digest another Lingayat leader, former Deputy Chief Minister Lakshman Savdi's resignation from the party. It is no surprise that the BJP fielded its tallest Lingayat leader BS Yediyurappa to defend the party and reject charges of humiliating the dominant community.
People of Karnataka will not tolerate such actions and
they would give befitting reply for their actions. People of Karnataka will not forgive Jagadish Shettar and Lakshmana Savat.
The Congress is likely to field Shettar as a candidate from the Hubli-Dharwad central constituency. Shettar joining the Congress just 3 weeks before the election no doubt gives a psychological boost to the grand old party. The Congress will be hoping that Shettar, a prominent Lingayat from North Karnataka, will be able to transfer some of the community votes. But political pundits believe, unlike Yediyurappa, Shettar has never been a mass leader who could sway voters. In 2013, when Yediyurappa had left the BJP to form his own party, Shettar led the BJP in the election but failed miserably.
I am telling you, the BJP survey as well as the Congress survey both shows Jagadish Shettar is going to win by 30,000-40,000 margin.
All right.
Yes, there's no incumbency against him.
Is the Lingayat community with you now?
The Lingayat community have seen how they treated Yediyurappa, how they treated Lakshman Saudi, and now how they treated Jagadish Shettar.
They don't have any sympathy on Lingayats. After the Jagadish Shettar issue, they have all of a sudden they are getting a sympathy on Lingayats. Yediyurappa belongs to which community? Basuraj Bommai belongs to which community? Our senior leader Somana belongs to which community? Myself belongs to which community? No sympathy is necessary for Lingayats from the Congress party. In 5 years back, these Congress people are going to divide the Hindu and Lingayat. People of Karnataka, particularly Lingayats, they have not forgotten it till now.
If Shettar indeed is able to sway voters, the Congress will gain in a region that is considered the BJP's bastion. With less than a month to go for assembly elections, the game is well and truly on. Bureau Report, India Today. So the big question now, the credentials of Jagadish Shettar are there for everyone to see. He's a tall leader, former chief minister, from the dominant community, 6-time MLA. He's got all of the credentials that make for a successful lawmaker. But can Jagadish Shettar, who's now crossed from the BJP to the Congress, dent the BJP vote in North Karnataka, which is considered to be a BJP bastion? 6 districts in Kittur, Karnataka, 50 seats in the northwestern region could potentially be impacted. We're not saying they will. The BJP won 30 out of 50 seats in this region in 2018. Now, Shettar has considerable clout in North Karnataka, but his critics say that his clout is confined to the Hubli-Dharwad constituency. Now, Shettar's winning streak is, of course, pretty formidable. Take a look at some of this data. In 2018, he had a 51% vote share, victory margin of 14%. Then in 2013, it was 50% and 15%. And there you have all of that other data, which gives you a mathematical sense of how this particular individual has performed. He's a 6-term MLA who was looking for his 7th term, and it was over that he's had this very unceremonious split with the BJP and joined hands almost instantaneously with the Congress party. Let's face off now from Karnataka. 3 weeks before the election, a former chief minister from the dominant community making the big switch is certainly not something to be made light of, not something that any party can ignore. Joining me live from Bengaluru, Anand Gurumurthy, spokesperson of the ruling party, the BJP, Dhruv Jati, spokesperson of the Karnataka Congress. Thank you very much to the both of you for joining us. Dhruv, I'd like to start with you because it is your party that has welcomed Jagadish Shettar into its ranks. I was looking at social media. You also had a chance to meet with Mr. Shettar yesterday. What kind of benefit is the Congress hoping to achieve from Jagadish Shettar? I mean, not to put it in a simplistic way, but these are switches between, enemy camps, as it were. A very aggressive election is being fought here between your two sides. You've basically welcomed someone from a party that you've blamed for a great deal of corruption. I'll ask about that later. But what benefit does the Congress see in acquiring Jagadish Shettar?
The folks of Karnataka are aware that Jagadish Shettar ji is a very tall leader, especially in the Kittur Karnataka region, which has close to about 50 seats.
Yeah.
It's been less than about 5 hours since he has been inducted into the party, and we've seen about 16 resignations across Hubli, Dharwad, Central, East, and West of different cooperators. The ripple effect of Jagadish Shettar joining the Congress party is already being seen in this specific region, and it's all smiles in the Congress party's camp today.
Okay, you're saying it's all smiles in the Congress party today. Anand, what kind of impact, what kind of damage, if any, do you see the exit of a person like Jagadish Shettar resulting in? You know, we've seen Mr. Ishwarappa send him a very emotional letter. Ashwath Narayan has said it's not going to make any of a difference. But how do you see it?
See, he was denied a ticket because he was not a winning candidate there. We are very clear from the party. So he was denied a ticket. And now Congress wants to take him and, win the entire North Karnataka state. It is always a Congress dream. That dream will never become reality. But yes, they have scored a point there. Especially DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah have scored a point by bringing a Lingayat leader from that region against MB Patil. That's what the Congress has scored. Within their party, they have, created a leader who will not oppose these two, DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah's chief ministership. So they have removed one candidate from the chief minister list. That's what the Congress party has achieved by taking in Jagadish Shettar. But we don't have any issues. I also belong to the Lingayat community. I understand even Dhruv Jyoti is there. Okay, Lingayat community never supports, any backstabbers at any cost. People who were from the Lingayat committee. In fact, Dhruv Jyoti is actually sitting before BJP sir's photo. He is a congressman from the old Congress, and they are great people. BJP, Veendra Patil, all these people. Okay, they have stood for morals, and Lingayat community has always stood for morals. Any kind of backstabbing cannot be accepted in our community, and it is very clear that at this point of time, 3 weeks before election, such a crucial election, an ex-chief minister who has been given so many posts within the party, so many high posts, has left the party, and this is clear backstabbing to B.S. Yediyurappa sir and also to Modi ji. This is something which Jagadish Shettar should not have done, and he has taken a very bad stand here. Unacceptable. No Lingayat will accept this, and he will have zero impact here, and Congress, by taking him in, will lose more seats.
Okay, very, very strong words, Dhruv. The BJP says that Jagadish Shettar, who was part of the BJP until a few days ago, is now basically a backstabber. And this is not going to wash with the Lingayat community, which does not, brook any kind of, a person who turns around against the community, as it were, by abandoning the BJP. I think what the BJP is also suggesting is that the Lingayat community does not look in a friendly way towards the Congress, and therefore taking someone like a Jagadish Shettar may be point scoring, but it's not going to do anything as far as votes is concerned. But that first question on that allegation that Jagadish Shettar is a backstabber.
I think if not for anything, the people of Karnataka remember history very well. When Yediyurappa ji himself abandoned the Bharatiya Janata Party and went to form the KJP, it was under the leadership of Mr. Jagadish Shettar ji that the Bharatiya Janata Party was sailing at that point of time. Where is the backstabbing today? He was not even consulted about his ticket. That is where the backstabbing lies. And that is where the humiliation lies. If it is anybody that has, in fact, backstabbed a leader, it is the Bharatiya Janata Party. And today it is highly witnessed across the entire state that the Lingayats are leaning towards the Congress. And it is a new trend that is emerging. And the Lingayats are realizing that the Congress party and its workers are true disciples of Guru Basaveshwara.
Okay. Anand, the Congress, you heard what Dhruv says. Very interesting. He says it's the BJP that has backstabbed someone like a Jagadish Shettar. This very public meltdown that Jagadish Shettar had, where he said he felt humiliated, was a result of your party backstabbing him, says the Congress party.
No. He was being elevated to Rajya Sabha. He was being offered governor positions. BJP has backstabbed anyone. It was very clear that a Lingayat leader, Jagadish Shettar, was being elevated in BJP. But
did he know that, sir? Did he know that? Did he know that?
He was aware of it. He went to Delhi, met all our leaders. Even our leaders went to his home, clearly explained to him that you earn positions, you will be taking higher positions. Okay, but he did a clear backstabbing. He has done a clear backstabbing here. All of us have requested him on national TV, requested him saying that don't do this. BJP is not a party of only leaders. It is party of karyakartas. How many of us have worked in the party? I am a Lingayat myself. I have worked in for 15 years, not taken any big position, not taken any political position, but still worked in the party, in IT cell and media. And have we asked for anything from Jagadish Shettar, sir? We have put our own money and worked in this party. Today, he is to Congress camp. Even if he has left the party, nobody would have spoken so harshly to him. Today, he has left to the Congress camp. It is so harsh on the Karyakartas of Karnataka that a leader who has taken chief minister's position goes to another camp, which we have always opposed. This is something which is going to get punished in a very big way. He's going to lose that seat, and entire family members of his, whoever is connected to him, is also going to be punished by the Lingayat community in the coming days, because this is completely, which is unspoken rules within our community. If somebody does like this, they will be taught a lesson, because this is something which is very critical to the nation. Okay, we were going in a.
I understand what you're saying, Anand. I understand what you're saying. It's the Anand basically is putting on the record that the BJP is extremely angry, and there is a sense of betrayal within the BJP and the community. That is Anand's stand. Dhruv, I want to just shift tracks a little bit from the entire Lingayat issue to, the fact that there is an election being fought. I am wondering what kind of benefit, and this is not a loaded question, I'm genuinely wondering, how will the electorate, respect someone like a Jagadish Shettar who jumps between camps? He's an old RSS hand, he's been with the BJP for so long, very much in the public eye. He's had this sulk over being denied an MLA ticket, and then he promptly goes and joins your party. I'm just wondering whether the public, will respect something like that.
Today, when Jagadish Shettar joined the Congress, he clearly said that it's the morals and the values of the Congress party on which he's going to abide by, which was a big statement. And let's not forget that the Lingayats...
After being with the BJP and RSS for 40 years, Dhruv. Overnight.
See, Shiv, the best characteristic of the Congress party is acceptance. And that's what we have seen today. All right? And acceptance is also going to follow by the Lingayat community entirely, simply because they are all aware that the Bharatiya Janata Party had backstabbed him right under his nose. And in fact, it's very true to a very large extent that it was the high command itself of the Bharatiya Janata Party that is working on a plan to sabotage the entire Lingayat community in Karnataka and favor a specific other community.
Anand,
it is an unacceptable statement.
Okay, you can respond. Okay, respond to that, Anand. Then I'll ask you a question.
Yes, it is an unacceptable statement what Dhruv is making, because highest number of Lingayats who are getting elected, who are getting tickets, are from BJP. The highest number of MLAs are from BJP Lingayat leaders. And Congress is trying to do this. See, Congress doesn't need Jagadish Shettar. They only took him to sabotage MB Patil, who is a North Karnataka leader from Congress, Lingayat leader. Okay, just to sabotage him, Congress has taken Jagadish Shettar. Otherwise, Congress has always done injustice to Lingayat leaders, including Virendra Patil, including all other leaders, like even Nijilingappa sir was sidelined by Indira Gandhi. So Congress has always done injustice to
Anand, you've made that point. I want to ask you a separate question now. The North Karnataka regions have long been considered to be, strong bastions of the BJP. The Congress has mounted a very aggressive campaign. You're right when you say that that DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah have scored a point. But isn't the BJP even a little bit nervous? Because Jagadish Shettar is not some small fry. He is a big respected leader with a very powerful track record. Surely you cannot just dismiss it like, he will have no impact. He will have some impact.
He will have zero impact. In fact, we are going to defeat him in wherever he stands. That will be the impact of Jagadish Shettar, sir. And in fact, the community, I have spoken to so many people in the last 2 days. The Lingayat community is completely against what he has done. In fact, this is actually polarizing the votes towards BJP. Because of what Jagadish Shettar, sir, did, it has polarized the votes against Congress. We are going to win with mandate, especially in the North Karnataka states. It's going to be a positive BJP here in the North Karnataka state because of what Shettar has done today.
I just want, before I come to you, Dhruv, I just want to point out how 24 hours is such an incredibly long time in politics. A tall leader who was beloved in the BJP is now an object of hate and betrayal. And on the other side, a person who was from the enemy camp and, 40% Sarkara, etc., is being embraced and feted by your party leadership. So, at a time of election, when everything is up for grabs, it looks like many of those lines get blurred. This is not a criticism. That's how politics plays in this country. We are just watching it play out. But Dhruv, the point that Anand makes, beyond all the emotion and the anger, which I'm guessing is legitimate, because, I'm not going to pretend to understand how the Lingayat community feels about this. But at the end of the day, the Congress party is also being accused of trying to point score, grab people like Lakshman Savdi and now with Mr. Jagadish Shettar, because it is struggling to try and establish some kind of a linkage with the Lingayat community, which it has failed to do for a very long time, starting with the famous humiliation of a Lingayat chief minister by Rajiv Gandhi. That uphill battle is still continuing.
See, Shiv, the BJP has all its reasons to be bitter today because the community entirely is supporting the Indian National Congress. It's seen widely across the entire state, and they have every reason to be bitter about it on the whole. It's a fact that these leaders themselves are coming to the Indian National Congress and they want to join the Congress, right? That is what is happening in Karnataka today. And in the next coming few weeks, it is highly likely that we are going to see more leaders join the Indian National Congress. Let me also bring to your notice that another Lingayat leader in Kalyan, Karnataka, in Chittapur, has resigned today, in fact. An ex-MLA, Mr. Vishwanath. So this is a new sign, say, a community shift in politics, and BJP has every reason to be bitter about it, and I'm sure it's a heavy miscalculation of the High Command today. And the Congress party is all smiles, like I said, and we're on track to win the Karnataka Assembly elections with a clear mandate of 150 plus.
So it seems pretty clear that, the Hubli Dharwad seat is going to be, the ticket is going to be given by the Congress party to Mr. Shettar. The BJP has not announced.
His B form was given today.
Yeah, so the B form was given today. So we'll have to see how, that becomes an even bigger seat to watch out for. That fight becomes even bigger. Anand, I began with you. I'll end with you. Last comments. Yes, you're angry. Yes, you're talking about the Lingayat community's sense of betrayal and the backstabbers. We'll have to see how that translates into actual electoral performance. But you have to admit that this was a big one and that the BJP will have to now, will have to score its own point back now. This one has set you back a little bit.
No, we had not given him a ticket, which means he had very less influence there. We had told him to work in other districts, but he did not do that. He went out. It is on his own score. It is his personal score. He has to score something personally. He has done this. Okay, BJP has zero impact. In fact, it has polarized the votes for BJP.
Okay.
It is against the Congress, and whatever has happened for the good of BJP.
This becomes a very tantalizing question now. Yes. Will the Lingayat community punish the Congress party? Will it consolidate in favor of the BJP? Or, as Dhruv suggests, is there some kind of a big inclination happening after many years towards the Congress party, something which has never happened in the past? We'll have to wait and see. But what I can say is the last 5 hours in politics have made the Karnataka election even more tantalizing. What an amazing election. I'm going to be there in a few days. Anand and Dhruv, I will meet you both personally. Thank you very much for being with me on the show here on 5 Live. Very quick break on the show coming up next. We're staying with Karnataka because there is so much happening in this beautiful state. We're taking you to Kanakapura, the famous constituency of Congress muscle man Chanakya DK Shivakumar. You've got to see his nomination ceremony and what's happening there. That's next.